Good morning, KISS family. Keep it simple, swinger. I woke up thinking about something that I was discussing yesterday. I feel like there was something left off from that, so I just wanted to add something to it. Talking about meeting couples. It's not so much singles, meeting couples, and you connect. You vibe, as they say, kids are saying today, you vibe. Me personally, I just want to get down and dirty. If I'm excited by the person, I want to go have fun. I want to, use that body as a playground. And there's a lot of stuff that comes before that. Boundaries, as we talked about boundaries yesterday, and talking about it, and what's on the table, what's off the table. So let's just say you've got that all squared away and you get into the start of the throws, and it's the pregame before it's the big game, and you're having fun. I'm not a people watcher because I don't really know a lot of people's dynamics. I'll tell you, in my dynamics, I'm not a watcher. When my partner's doing their thing, I'm just not a watcher. I'm a doer. I catch a few things here and there, and it starts to throw off these little red flags. That's kind of sort of where I'm leaning into, these red flags. And it's been habitual many, many times, which has led me into what I will talk about afterward. But let's just keep trucking with this. So we're pre-gaming and we're having fun, and everything is good and everyone's having fun and they're doing their thing. And we decide we want to take it to the next level, and we're going to start doing our thing and what have you. And I say it's like Baskin Robbins with me. You get 31 flavors. You get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You get a little bit of this position, a little bit of that position. I've even heard a few people go, "Oh, yeah, I know how you want me in different certain positions." And I know those are my repeat offenders. They kind of know me. I think they kind of enjoy that. They don't want starfish sex. If people know what starfish sex is, it's just there, you lay down, and that's it. It's over with. You just lay like a starfish and do your thing. Anyways, we're having fun, and I am not sure. Sometimes it's a new couple, and we just don't know what we're getting into, and sometimes they don't know what they're getting into. This is where, some relationships are not secure, or they're not grown and they have evolved. So, you're doing your thing and you're having fun, and there's a lot of movement going on. There's a lot of sounds, a lot of noises, a lot of things that normally that significant other wouldn't hear. That's usually what happens. And they start to culminate. And sometimes it culminates fast, where someone either says they got to take a break, and that's fine. Safe words, or want to take a break, or you reconnect with your significant other if you are playing as a couple, all 4, 3, 2, whatever. We get this situation, and I'm just taking it as it goes, and trying to have a good time and enjoy my workout. I have to take a few little breaks. They're not breaks that they're going to notice. It's breaks that I slow down, and that's taking time to smell the roses, if you will. Try a new position or try something new. If you want to go back to it and you want to regain a little bit of energy on you got to slow down and do some other things, diversify. That's the second problem. Noises, not being selfish, and the end result is someone's going to walk away going, "I really want to do that again." And that's what you want to hear. It's not because it's a performance. It's because you enjoy doing what you're doing, and you enjoy spreading that to somebody else, so that when they see you, they decide they want to, go back to maybe having some fun, or maybe, they go to a party and, the buffet list doesn't look good. At least, you have something to fall back on, what have you. We go out and we start having these conversations, or what's it, it's good, it's fun, everybody had a good time, Sometimes people they're kind of voicey at that time, or they start to get a little apprehensive and they pull back. And 90% of the new people in the lifestyle, that's what happens. They start to maybe have buyer's remorse, or what's happening? Am I not good enough? Should I have tried some more things, and what have you? Because my wife or my husband, because it works both ways. It's male and female. might not have ventured into that criteria, and now someone's just sitting there thinking through the process and going, what did I miss? Why haven't I ever heard that from that person? Or, wow, it looks like they were having a great time. So it starts to culminate, and sometimes people get reclused after that, and they start to ghost you. And anytime you see them, because as I say, if you frequent the same places, you're going to see each other over and over again, which means they're either going to be super honest with themselves, or they're actually going to go, hey, we all have to play and have fun and coincide with each other here at these places. So why not just be cordial and agree to disagree? You know, that's probably not a road you want to go back down because it doesn't fit your agenda, or it doesn't fit your criteria for your playmate, which is fine. I would rather someone be honest. But, you know, I'm kind of one of those people that sticks things in their head, and I see it right afterwards. So the down and dirty for me is these things people don't talk about, and they're afraid to talk about. They're afraid to go, hey, maybe we just need to take a step back and reevaluate. I mean, it is kind of a short-stop way of saying, you know what, I didn't like what I hear, or I didn't like what I saw, blah, blah, blah. But that's their problem, not mine. You know, we're secured, myself and my significant other, we're secured in what we do because it's just playtime. We know who we love. We know who we're going to be with for the rest of our lives and stuff like that. And 80% of the people in the world between now and future and going backwards probably 30, 40 years ago, if they would have opened their horizons a little bit, maybe, and this is just me spitballing because I've been through a few marriages, and maybe it might have done them some good. Open up that criteria, and understand what your partner is going through and what their needs are. We're all animals by trait, so guess what? We just want to unleash that sometimes, and sometimes it's okay because that's what the lifestyle means. It's a verbal authorization from your significant other to have fun. Yes, let's break it down. You and your significant other have the playbook, exactly what makes you both tick. It is the job of somebody else to use what they've had in their playbook to see if it works for you, or put something new into their playbook that they haven't tried with the other. It is that time where it is your fantasy, within reason, of what you've talked about and what your parameters are, what your do's and don'ts are. Please, the do's and don'ts, abide by them. Don't cross the boundaries. Condoms, if they say they want to use condoms for a reason, don't say because I'm VAS safe and I have a good STD panel and blah, blah, blah. Well, first of all, if you would have showed them that, it still wouldn't matter. Sometimes people have in their minds where they want to use condoms, and that's exactly what they should do. They should use those condoms. And that's what they want to do. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I will tell you, don't cross the boundaries, because it puts a sour taste in people's mouth. A lady I played with, and I thought because we knew each other and what have you, I thought that I had to responsibly to that other significant other before I wanted to play with them, in the same area, in the same place, what have you. And sometimes people hold that grudge, shame on it. Grown ass adults, right? We're grown ass people. Before you come to these places, you should probably have everything in a mix. You should say, this is what my expectations are. These are what your expectations should be. Let's meet up in the middle and talk about them. And if it's something out of that criteria, let's go back to the table, talk about it, and then we'll come back to whatever we decide to put back on the plate. Sometimes people have problems with taking things to heart or understanding the situation to put them in. I'm not expected to know everything that you both are thinking, and my partner as well. That's why we talk. We have lots of conversations. We've previously had lots of conversations. We have a different dynamic. So talk to your significant other. Don't hide behind, it was something great and we were just going with the moment, because sometimes that stuff happens. We really didn't talk about boundaries. We just poked at one of the boundaries in the middle of it. They kept going, and afterwards they were like, future reference, and that's fine, because they logistically thought about it and said, well, we really didn't talk. Understandably. And as far as insecurities, because man, woman, they all have them. Whatever your relationship is, you're going to have insecurity. We're human by nature. At these places, those are not the time to be talking about it, unless there's some serious stuff that went on. And at that point, it really is mute because you're adamant about something and you should get it out there. Have a conversation after the fact. Have the experience as good and rewarding as it should be for everybody, everyone included. You go to these places, and whether it's a dress-up place and that's all you do, it's a meet and greet, what have you. We're gonna go hang out and party at our hotel room or our room that we have here reserved, condo, blah blah blah. Would y'all like to come back? Well, that's probably a clue that they want you to come back and play with them. Not a hidden clue, but it is a clue or a dialogue in a lifestyle that says, hey, they'd like to take this to another level. Hey, good. There might be more people there that might enjoy that big old soiree. But have discussions on the way there. Like we had a no kissing. Of course, the missus goes, why did we do that? Because she enjoys that. Something simple. People might be starting out in the lifestyle swinger community, and that's where they're at. That's not where we want everybody to be at 20 years into it, because then there's a problem. Well, maybe it's not a problem. It's just something you decide to keep for yourself between you both. But I don't know how that will ever work. Hey, you know what? People do it. So who am I to judge? The long story short is, if woman has some insecurities because another man has taken that person, or another woman has taken that person to a different level than what they're used to, it's about being mature, a man, a woman, and understanding those dynamics. Me personally, I take it as a quest, if you will, to make her feel or make him feel that way. I want to know. And that's what I've done nearly 30 some years into this, because I've been doing this for a little bit. You want to learn. You want to sacrifice your time and your sore muscles, and that person wants you to be more giving. You learn to be more giving. I always used to say this, and I might date myself. It's the ancient Chinese secret. As funny as it was back in the 70s and 80s. I think I've mastered enough to what goes on with a female. Know a female's anatomy, know a man's anatomy, know a man's anatomy, what he likes. Those secret little spots that men won't talk about, prostate stuff, and it's not for me. I'm straighter than straight. But hey, if you're not, it's all good. You do your thing. You don't have to be not straight to enjoy that. I mean, it's enjoyable for everybody. That's just not my thing. It's not my thing. But if it is your thing, hey, I'm sure, and I have heard that it has been an awesome thing. Kudos. I don't like people hanging out at my stink star there, and trying to excavate. So I do the excavating. It's a one-way street for me. Yeah, try a lot of things. Try different things. Go and find out what made them feel that way and say, hey, let's try it. Don't be afraid to bring toys. Oh, God. Bring some toys into the game. Oh, Lord. And women will eat you up on that one. Go for it. Use toys. Use the vibrating cock rings and vibrating this and whatever, lube to do this and tingle, tingle, dingle, dingle, whatever they got out there. They got a bunch of stuff. And just FYI, these shows or these little excerpt episodes are not for product review and telling you what works, what don't work. Eventually I'll hold something up or something like that. I'm like, you should get one of these. These are on Amazon or something. But I'm going to tell you, anything that's motorized and you can carry it around with you, when I say motorized, in the palm of your hand motorized, or something you can put in your hand to use other than your hand, you should do it. And also, fellas and females, when you're bored, get your racquetball. Racquetball. Do that like it's a normal thing, as if you were smoking or you were putting a drink up to your mouth or whatever. Good exercise. I'm not going to tell you this resort is the best resort to go to. You're not going to hear none of that crap from me. That is a whole nother episode of where we were at and where we've come to. There's just a lot to talk about there. I don't want to talk about this time. I'm just talking today about insecurities and getting to know your partner and try out all kinds of things. That way your partner goes, I feel so much better because my partner cares about what it is that gets me where I need to be. Not just mentally, financially, physically, sexually. Take some time. Stop being selfish. And when you're at these places, these venues, these parties, these meet and greets, these resorts and stuff, be kind, be considerate. Those are not the places to work your stuff out. If you're there trying to fix it, you should probably go home and fix it, because you're not going to do anything but entice everybody else. Because when you walk through that door, I don't care what anybody says, and we don't say this, my significant other will tell me, she goes, whatever. I'm like, listen, this is a buffet for me. It's like the Cookie Monster wanting to put his hand in a cookie jar. Okay? I want my cookies. Cookie. Okay? I like them cookies. That's nice cookies. Anyways, and don't feel bad about whatever my significant other is she's not weirded out. She just goes, I know what your type is, and doesn't think that she's my type, what have you. And maybe your significant other might feel the same way, because you might be looking at them J.C. Penney's and Montgomery Ward's models there, with your brasiers on and whatever, and that might be what you like, this Victoria's Secret stuff, whatever. Does anyone really look at porn too much anymore? If you go to these resorts, you don't need to. Man, you see that stuff anyway. You can go to Target right now and see that stuff. You ain't even have to. You don't have to get online. You can just have a great imagination and have fun with that. All right, listen, I've talked off years enough about this. Be kind. Be nice. Don't aggravate the situation. Get y'all a cup of coffee this morning. Think about it. And I'm going to go to work here this afternoon and pump something else out, because I've been slacking. I had about a dozen of these ready, and I've just been jacking off for the last 6-7 months. So now I'm trying to get hot on it and surpass this stuff here. So listen, keep on trucking. Go to these resorts. Go to these other little party venues. Have fun. I'm sorry you got to pay all that money to go there to see that big buffet, but if you go to a house party, most of the time they're cheaper. They're more intimate. I know. I have it myself. And I like that, because I'm, kind of comfortable with that. And it's not a rush. I don't have to rush to figure out exactly what I want to do. If you haven't done it by now, hit the like button, share, subscribe. That just helps get it out there so that people can push it there. I'm not doing this for money. Man, I'm telling you, I could talk about how Dirt looked at me square in the face and called me an a-hole, okay? I could talk about anything. I love talking because, that's just my nature. So, take it easy. Keep the KISS family, and I don't mean KISS like like AC/DC KISS or KISS. Keep it simple, swinger community thriving, and it will be done by you guys supporting it. Thank you. Have a good day.